also have it in your book. Now that I've got this in place, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop away just a little excess. I'm still going to leave a chunk hanging off the end, but I just got rid of a little bit. Now, move this so I don't injure Alyssa's work. I know. I just want to move it out of the way so you can see.
I can see fine.
Okay, fine, I'll put it back there. With my piece right side up, the ultimate goal here is to get rid of all of this seam allowance now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get rid of this seam allowance on the top, but I want to get rid of everything else underneath. What I like to do, if I'm feeling less lucky, I'll take that top layer of seam allowance and fold it back. Because since I know that I don't want to cut it, I want to get it out of the way. Once I've got this seam allowance out of the way, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut all of these layers. And I'm going to cut, leaving about...
Should you use the snips or regular scissors?
Yeah, regular scissors would be better, but I've got snips here. I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch of seam allowance. I want you to notice what I'm doing. What I actually do is I use the width of the scissor blade as my indicator. So what does that mean? What that means is I'm visually keeping this side of the scissor lined up with that folded edge, and so the cut is happening slightly in that direction. And we just continue.
Pretty darn close to
It's very close,
so don't fuck up.
so don't fuck up. This is part of the reason it's so important to get that seam allowance out of the way, because if you accidentally cut the seam allowance, it causes problems.
Gosh,
I like that
that's
face,
true.
Catherine. Like, oh, that would be sad.
Yeah.
So would
Can we go up to 1/4 of an inch if we're nervous?
No. Why can't you go to a larger seam allowance?